Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. Rachel Reeves is treating the Labour members up and down the country, the rank and file members, with complete contempt. It's very clear that none of them really want this winter heating allowance to be cut. And then you have the ones that go to the conference, all the delegates, and she's treating them with contempt as well, because they had a vote. And it changes nothing, even though they lost, and the vast majority of people said, no, we must not cut this winter fuel allowance. Rachel Reeves has said, no, it changes nothing. We're still going to do it. And again, that doesn't really matter so much. However, the communications workers, the CWU, the Communication Workers Union, should I say, it was they that proposed this motion to be voted on. It is they who do not want this to be cut. And Rachel Reeves has treated the unions with contempt. Now that matters a great deal, because it is the unions that are the paymasters, of course, of the Labour Party. It is the unions that supply the money, unless you're Lord Alley, in which case you do provide it, but only to certain people. Certainly a lot of backbenchers rely on union money come elections to help them push and get elected. So if you're a Labour Party member, you know that you don't overly screw the unions. If you're a Labour Party backbencher, you absolutely need them. And so the backbenchers will be sitting there, seeing this vote go through, seeing Rachel Reeves say, nah, don't care, screw you. And screw you, unions. And they'll be sitting with their heads in their hands, thinking, these people are going to destroy our party. Which is true. They are. And so there they go. The elite at the top of the party have basically dismissed this election result, this vote. They're saying it doesn't matter, it doesn't count, it's only there. We don't care what you think. We are in charge. We're going to do this regardless of the damage it causes people and regardless of the feelings of the members of the party or the union paymasters. I foresee carnage. This is one of those things that's going to hasten the end, thankfully, of Starmer and Rachel Reeves, because there will be a vote of confidence in them, I think. And I think it's going to come very, very quickly. More and more things come out, more and more revelations. We've talked about so many different things and the blatant lies. And they're just showing lie after lie being exposed. And eventually there becomes a tipping point. And that's enough. And they just go, look, no, stop. Now, why are they so determined to eradicate old people? Is it because of Brexit? Is it because old people tend to vote for Brexit? Is it because old people tend to vote Conservative? Is it because they think, well, if we can knock 4,000 of the old duffers off, then we've got a better chance of pushing forward and getting success? Because if that's the attitude, then I don't think they've thought it through properly. Because these old people will have families and they'll be burying these old people who couldn't afford to heat their homes, and looking at Starmer and looking at Rachel Reeves and saying, you're the bastards that killed Granny. And everybody knows it. Certainly everyone in the Labour Party knows it. It's just those at the top don't care. Now you have people, MPs, some are starting to speak up. Some are starting to say enough is enough. Rachel Maskell, who's an MP, and she says, no, she is going to vote against everything like this. She says it's not why I got into politics. I didn't get into politics to kill old people. I didn't get in politics to make life worse for the vulnerable. And so she voted against, but she's getting a lot of slack, particularly from the whips and the higher party members. But she's standing her ground, so, tip hat. But she said it's a really important thing that the Labour Party is focused on doing what it can for the vulnerable. And she says they're picking their wrong battles. They need to be going after others, not after the weak, the vulnerable, the elderly, and so forth. And she's right. And as she speaks, more and more people are agreeing with her. There is this murmuring undercurrent. On top of which, of course, there's a lot of resentment over other things. The 20,000 here, the man buying underwear for Keir Starmer's wife there. That really is Victoria's Secret, isn't it? And then there's the revelations coming out about Sue Gray. The party are dismayed about this. There are rumours afoot. Treat them with literally a large dose of salt. But the rumours are that she will be out very, very quickly, Sue Gray. She's becoming a liability. They'll find some way of praising her. And, she'll be eased out under some, health or something, or the time is right and all that bollocks. But don't be deceived by it. She's being fired because she's embarrassing the leader. And the grand leaderine, Kim Il-Starmer, must not ever be embarrassed. So, Gray will be gone. And, of course, you've got Case is going, the Sir Humphrey of the Cabinet, the Cabinet Secretary, Permanent Secretary to the Cabinet. He's going out because he can't stand Gray. Or, indeed, apparently, there's been rows with Starmer. They just don't get on. Apparently, Starmer thinks that Starmer is coming across anyway. It's very arrogant, very conceited, and single-minded and will brook no argument, you know. Who would have thought it, eh? The Starmer droid. But the whole thing, the whole package in the Labour Party is falling apart at the seams. And the prime example is this vote where they say, it doesn't matter. You lead because others will follow. And if people stop following you, you're no longer leading. You're wandering aimlessly on your own. And I think that's what's happening. And the power base is shifting within the Labour Party. It's clear the growler is building up a head of steam. I think there may well soon be a coup d'etat. It wouldn't surprise me. Although, how much worse can it be having her in charge? I don't think she'll be in charge for long. I don't think the unions want her in charge. Even they know that's a step too far. But with the pensioners all getting there, buying their little blankies in, getting their big slippers in, getting their little hot water bottles ready, and then preparing to die, about 4,000 of them according to Labour's own figures. Yeah, it's not looking good for him, is it? Let's hope. Let me know what you think. Is Starmer on his way out? Has he gone too far? Do you think the backbenchers will revolt? Who knows? I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Do please hit the subscribe button, and I will speak to you later. Bye.